I'm Steve, and I'm currently standing on an old tramway, going back to my roots. But I'm not just going back to my roots, I'm going back to the roots of railways themselves in this area. This tramway here is from 1796. Oh, and that one as well. So what makes this important? Well, for one, its scale. It is huge. This tramway was constructed on the level of a canal, or a future railway. Built by Benjamin Outram, as I mentioned before, this line ran all the way from Buxworth, all the way through Buxton and all that direction. It went miles, dug holes and everything. There's so much of this tramway. This video is only going to cover a short part of it, and yes, that bridge is involved. I mean, it's here now, that's the involvement. It's a lovely, huge structure. And there's another one that way as well. The tramway ran across there and down here. We're going to follow this route that I'm on here because I don't want to climb on there. We're going to see what we can find down where it transferred from tram to canal. Also, I need to apologise for the road noise. There's a motorway right there. Ha, I bet you thought I was going to do a walking shot. So what else is interesting about this tramway? Well, this tramway was built to a gauge of 4'2", and initially it was single-tracked, but later double-tracked, and it worked all the way up to the 1920s. In fact, this is one of the very few tramways from the late 1700s that are still visible on the OS maps of that era. You can just about make out through the trees there, the bridge over this river of the old tramway up there. Just about make out the arch. Now, you've probably heard the name Benjamin Outram before, and that's because he's appeared in one of my videos, the Marple Tramway of 1797, 1 year later than this one. Benjamin Outram was a civil engineer that's sort of gone unrecognised. He was kind of like the earlier version of George Stephenson, that many people think of as the father of the railways. Outram was going around in the late 1790s, building gang roads and tramways all across the north of Britain, and sometimes in places that aren't the north of Britain, like the south, or maybe even the east. Benjamin Outram's legacy, however, is not forgotten. For one, people know who he is. Benjamin Outram, he built tramways, he built a fair few of them. The Little Eaton Gangway, for a start, is one of the big ones. They've also got a road here named Outram Drive, or Outram Way, showing that he has truly not been forgotten. However, most people, if you ask them who invented the railway and where was the first railway built, they'll probably say George Stephenson and the Stockton and Darlington Railway. So as we walk along this tramway, I'm waiting to see if I can spot some infrastructure, because I've been told that you can get quite a lot of these. Hang on, yep, these are them. So there's apparently a lot of these knocking around. These are sleeper blocks. These are where the track would have been rested on. So in these grooves here, in these holes, they would have left like an iron seat, and the rails, the cast iron, like L-shaped rails at the time, they would have been sat on here. So these are actually original parts of the tramway, not in situ, I don't think. I think they've been moved to one side to make this pathway, but these are bits of the old 1796 tramway. Got to get that date right. So there's already a lot more left of this tramway than the one in Marple. Oh, hello bird. So I'm going to now just cut across this field, start by walking over this old stone sleeper block and head this way. Now I think the tramway ran through this field. I think that fence is the boundary of the tramway. So we're going to see if we can spot any more old remnants of it. Oh, my tripod's falling off the edge of my phone. So I've just come through the field and I've just walked round where that cone is down through here, and there's my shadow. Hello everyone. So I came through here and I noticed up ahead there's a few blocks in the ground. Now these might be actually old tramway sleepers is still in situ. Now I'm only seeing one of them here. I don't know where the other one would be, the partnering one, so there's only one there. So these are just two, could be out of place. I don't know if there's a second one to go with it or anything like that. That could be another one. Is it another one? Archaeology, where's my trowel? I don't know if that's another sleeper block or not. Is that one? I can't tell, it could just be rock, you see. Because this was like an industrial site, so they could just be rock, and that looked way too wide. Right, let's see if we can find some of these sleeper blocks. Because I've been told there's loads here. I just haven't seen them yet. I'm either at the wrong place, or I'm blind. No, I can't see any here. Look, hang on. Oh my god, there's not just like two, there's loads. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh, I am amongst sleepers. There is oh my god, there's so much infrastructure here. Look at this, you got these ones here, obviously go to those ones there, and these go this way, and you got two here. So this is one line, then you got this one here, which is another line, and oh my goodness, there's even more. There's more in there as well by the wall. There's another set going down here. I'm stood right in the 4 foot now. 4'2" was the gauge. Wow. Let's see what's further on down here. This is stunning. Considering I've got... Whoa! You can still see where the stain of the iron is in this one. Considering I've come from tramways where you get a stain in the ground at most, or maybe a line in a field. This is insane. Whoa, where do they go up here? Oh, I'm amongst undergrowth. Wait, what? What? Why is that there? What is this? Why is there just an arch? Is that what's left of a bridge? Where's the rest of the bridge? Why did it just stop? What is going on here? I'm going to have to do some research. Or I can just enjoy the moment. Yes, no rails around, but wouldn't expect there to be rails. I didn't expect there to be sleepers, to be fair. Honestly, when I saw online that they said there were sleepers here, that's like I see a lot of places that say, oh, there's evidence right on the ground, you can see it, you can just walk right up to the old tramway. And I'm like, yeah, you can't do that, but here you can. There's more down there. Oh my word. I thought this was just a side road, but no, this is a tramway. This is the tramway going up there. I don't know if it comes out on camera, it seems to be something everyone says these days, but look at that. Oh, I'm really sorry this is not concise or cohesive or anything. I'm just stunned. I am stunned by how much is left. Good grief. So, this closed in 1920. Opened in 1796, closed in 1920. So, well over 100 years worth of being in action, which is, quite a long time. But since 1920, a lot has happened, And I've been to railways that have been closed in the 1960s and the 1950s, and the tramways there's nothing left. But look at all this. Look at all this. Look at it. Oh my gosh. There is just so much left. Absolutely tons. Oh wow. I'm so glad I came up here. My gob has been well and truly smacked. Look, you can clearly see the railway here. Look, you've still got the gaps in the sleepers. You've got the whole... Oh my gosh. And what on earth is that? Turns out, it's a cantilever jib crane. Whatever one of those is. Luckily, there's a relief board here with all the information you could possibly need. This post is a replica, it's not a real one, of one which formerly supported a crane used for loading stone bought from the Peak Forest Tramway. That's where we've just been down here. So yeah, I don't need to point at it, it's quite clearly there. There's loads of evidence. The post was made of elm and the crane's jib and support arms of pitch pine. I don't know what this is, I'm not a wood person. During the working life of the quarries, 1924 that went to, 1796, 1924, that's the life of these tramways. That's such a long time for an old tramway, horse-drawn tramway, one that was never, I was going to say electrified then, not one that wasn't steamified, could work. That is stunning. I'm not going to read the whole thing out because that's not my job. There's a bridge. I like bridges. Let's have a look at the bridge. I'm stunned still. Honestly, I'm so sorry because usually these are quite concise and quite not regimented, not scripted, but I usually try and get to my point. Today, my point has been taken away entirely. There's just so much here. And just, I guess, the thrill, actually, of being amongst this history, this early rail. This is railway from before 1800. That is rare. It is really rare. It's in the UK, that is quite rare to get surviving railway from before the 1800s, especially in this sort of manner. There's a lot of tramways that predated it. Like I said, you've got the Little Eaton Gangway, you've got the Marple Tramway, there's a few others as well, and there's also a few from the 1600s where their routes have been completely lost. And this one, like, the most compelling evidence of the Marple Tramway you had left was a rampart in a field, some old lime kilns, and possibly some stones and grooves in existing infrastructure. Look at this, you've got literally double track sleepers. There's preserved railways with locomotives that would kill for double tracking, and this still has it. Over 200 years later, 220, no, let's do the math, shall we? 228 years later, so nearly 230 years later-ish. I'm bad at maths, that's not 228, 224. Or is it 228? I have no idea now. I'm just... yeah, my brain's gone. My brain's gone. Brain's gone. So yeah, that's that video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This is by far the best video I've made on site. However, I think as a story and explaining where I've been today, it's really bad because I've not done anything other than go, wow! But I think that is today's visit. I'm gonna have to come back with more time and way more knowledge, and I'm gonna have to read up and do loads more, because I had no idea this much even remained in just this one area. I've researched the general Peak Forest Tramway, but this whole canal complex is just this one area of the Peak Forest Tramway needs its own. Yeah, I need to go back and research. So I'm going to be back here in future to do a much more concise video. So this video is a reaction video to me arriving here, and I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because by golly have I enjoyed the video. I was just on my way back to the car and just spotted this, and yeah, there we go. That's some more abandoned for you.